What's up guys, Michael from Copy of Glass here. Just a quick video basically of my first week with iOS 6 running on my iPhone 4. Just basically my thoughts, my opinions on the new kind of operating system from Apple, the updates that you get, the updates that you don't get in my case, and to be honest just how terrible iOS 6 is. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've got my iPhone 4 here, and I'm going to start off this video by basically saying that if you have an iPhone 4 or anything before an iPhone 4, do not upgrade to iOS 6. Obviously, Apple's really going for it with the new operating system. They're putting it everywhere. They've got it in adverts and things. They're really kind of trying to sell it. But like I say, if you've got a 4S or above, definitely performance-wise, it's going to be good. Like I say, anything below that, don't go for it. Main reason is performance. I mean, my iPhone 4 has slowed down considerably since upgrading to iOS 6. Simple things that I used to be able to do, for instance, like getting an app off the App Store. If I now click on the App Store, battery anyway, loading, and I'm on Wi-Fi as well, by the way. Still loading. All it's loading is the main page. Okay, so there, it's done now. But like I said, look, even still loading things down here. It's basically like when you got a bad video game that has like screen popping and stuff. It just shouldn't happen. It should be very quick. I mean, if I click on actual app, again, the time for the information to actually come up, it's you can see that it's very jarring and it's very jagged and not very good at all, basically. Now I'm surprised that I'm on Wi-Fi, to be honest, because again with iOS 6 the Wi-Fi support, loads of people have complained about it. It doesn't seem to be working as it should do. Loads of people are getting dropped Wi-Fi, not even able to get Wi-Fi at all, basically. I mean, it's not necessarily all bad. I mean, they've got rid of the YouTube app, which in my opinion is a bonus because you now have the new YouTube app from Google themselves. It's a lot like Google Plus. It's a lot better. I'm not going to go into it too much because it's on my What's on my iPhone video that I posted the other day. But very smooth, very good, basically. I want to go into the maps now. Obviously, with me having the iPhone 4 and not the 4S, there's a lot of map features that aren't available to myself. I do have the new maps themselves with the nice vectors. I mean, the actual visuals and things are quite nice that Apple have done with the maps, and the actual kind of the colours that they've used, etc., is real nice. Satellite maps and things works okay. Again, the map app is reasonably good, but again, you can see quite a lot of popping. It takes a while to maybe kind of get the info that it needs to, basically. I don't have the flyers and maps or anything like that, so if I get my two things dragged down, it doesn't do like the 3D effect or anything. Don't have the little 3D button in the corner. I can just locate myself, which is always fun. I know where I am. So basically the Maps app itself is a bit of a letdown. I mean, again, if you've been online recently, you'll see things like Street View are gone like that. You see Street View quite a lot to just generally, if you're in a new place, to actually visualise what you can see as real hand instead of just using this top-down view to kind of see, okay, that's the top of the building, where is that going to be, kind of thing, basically. So the Maps app, bit of a disappointment. I mean, the actual navigation, I mean, I don't have the turn-by-turn, but the actual directions where it's got the steps basically like it did in Google is, still okay, but still a bit of a disappointment, basically. Things like the music app and things haven't really changed in terms of functionality. It still does exactly the same as it used to do. I do prefer the layout of the kind of white/silver. It does look very nice on the actual phone itself, and there's not really any kind of big changes to the way that the music app works, and in my opinion it does look a bit better, especially with the black iPhone, because it all just kind of merges in basically, which is really nice. Things like, for instance, the obviously the notifications now, just get rid of all these emails. You do have the tap to tweet and tap to post to Facebook. Now, again, in my opinion, I mean, I've always said this about kind of widgets and things like that. If I want to post to Facebook, I'll go to Facebook, go into the app, because then I can post to Facebook and see what other people are saying, etc. Same with Twitter, basically. I will do exactly the same. I'll go to the app to do what I need to do. I mean, the weather app is good because obviously you just want to glance at the weather, see what's going on, and you can see the forecast there, so that's no different. But in terms of the actual widgets themselves, I haven't really used them at all. There is an option to turn them off in the settings if you want to kind of do so. The notifications here got a little bit that says share widget, which you can turn on and off. While I'm in the settings, I might as well go into that as well. The settings themselves is a big improvement in my opinion, to be perfectly honest. Obviously you've got the new do not disturb feature, which I'm not sure if you can see up there by the little the clock. If I put that on, you get a nice little animation of like a moon that kind of comes into crescent and then goes away. So that's kind of cool. It's basically a mode that lets you kind of put your phone into kind of sleep mode without actually pressing the button on the top. So you're not going to get any notifications and things or any text messages unless you put people in like a kind of VIP section basically. Now the notifications themselves, again, not really any difference in there at all. The new brightness wallpaper is now in its own little section where you can do everything in one go, so you can change the brightness, change the wallpaper all at the same time. One thing you'll notice with iOS 6, the auto brightness feature doesn't work. If I put it on now, I'm not really sure if you're going to really be able to see any change there. I mean, the lighting in here isn't exactly great, so I'd expect it to turn the lighting up a bit more, which it doesn't basically. So again, not too great. The privacy settings is real nice. You now have individual things that apps can access. So if you go into contacts, obviously find the friends app with Apple, Twitter, WhatsApp is now accessing my contacts. I've got that on. You can turn that off if you need to. So that is quite a nice feature. Same with for instance photos. All these apps here can access my photos, and I've allowed them to access my photos basically. So again, that's quite a nice feature in terms of the privacy settings. Like I said, in terms of any other settings and things that you've got on here, they're all pretty much similar. Obviously you've got the mail app and things, which is again pretty similar. There's not really any changes and things that I can see in the settings. I'll go into the mail app itself in a second. So yeah, apart from that, not really a huge difference. One little trick that I would say while I'm here, in the Maps application, if you go into the settings in general and change the label size to normal, it does make the screen in the maps look a lot less cramped because the actual wording and things on streets isn't so big. So just a little trick there to make it look maybe a little bit better. Now in terms of the camera app, not really a difference here apart from the bit along the bottom is black. But you can see here right now, if I just do that just one more time real quick, just close it all together. If we just have a quick look timescale wise to just take a photo, in my opinion, I mean you may not see it on video, but in my opinion that is a little bit slower than what it used to be basically, which I'm not super happy about. Photos, no difference in there. You got library, camera roll exactly the same. Calendar, again, no difference in there. You'll notice as well the bar on the top, the status bar, now has kind of like a blue effect to it whenever you go into kind of like an Apple application. So if we go into, for instance, the photos, not the photos, bad example. If we're going to, let's have a look here, contacts, it's got like blue on the top. I'm not really sure why they chose blue, because in my opinion they're all about aluminium and slate and black, etc. But hey, now if we just have a quick look at Safari, this is kind of an improvement that I do like. So if we just go to a website, for instance, go to the Copper v Glass website here. Again, I find it may be a little bit faster in terms of the actual speed, basically, which is, like I say, the actual speed of the websites. The speed it gets the data is very quick. And if you do go to landscape, it does now have, if you see the little button down in the corner there, if you just press that button, just go to full screen mode. Obviously it's going to look a bit better on the iPhone 5 with a bigger screen, but to get like text and things on the actual screen itself is quite nice. Flash required. It's quite nice basically to view websites, view stories and things, pictures and so on that are on the web. It's a lot easier to get the information on there. There's a lot more content that you can see basically, so that's a real nice feature with the full screen there basically. Again, a lot of these features that I am going over, other phones, not naming anybody, Android has had for quite a while now. Things like turn-by-turn navigation that we're amazed about, and certain little things that other companies have had for quite a long time, but because Apple have now announced them, it's kind of a big deal kind of thing. In the phone app, not any change at all apart from the colour scheme. So again, colour scheme there, Voicemail still exactly the same, unless you're with a certain phone provider. You're not going to get visual voicemail. I unfortunately don't, which is a bit of a downside basically. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the weather app a little bit darker in terms of the colours basically on the little cards that you get here basically. I'm not going to go into things like Passbook, for instance. I'm not even sure where I've put that. I don't even use it at all. Have a quick look into it. Passbook in the UK is, in my opinion, completely useless. If you go to the App Store, there are certain apps and things that you can get to put in Passbook, but they're usually like American Airlines and just generally flights, things like that. I mean, we do have things like Starbucks and Costas in the UK, but apparently they don't want to put their stuff on ours at the moment, so we can't use gift cards or loyalty cards or anything like that. I go to Subway a lot. I still have the plastic card, which is a bit of a disappointment. All the stock kind of Apple applications are still exactly the same. Folders work exactly the same. So I mean, like I say, in my opinion, if you've got a 4S or above, definitely upgrade to iOS 6. You're going to be able to take advantage of a lot more things than you can otherwise. 4S or below, like I say, I personally would wait until the next version because it is a bit slow. Even doing simple things like certain like just navigating things is a bit slow, and like I say, just everyday stuff that you used to be able to do, that was considerably quick for this phone. I know it is still the 4, but it was considerably quick. Now slowed down a bit. I mean, once 6.1 comes out, which I personally think will maybe come out if they do release the iPad Mini, whenever that's going to be. Like I say, see my previous video for my thoughts on that. But like I say, I mean, it's a reasonable upgrade. I mean, it loses some key features that I loved. It gains some features that I'm not necessarily a fan of. So hopefully the next version they better get it sorted. Like I say, once I get my iPhone 5, I will do another review with iOS 6 when it's running in its full glory and things. You can use all the features, and hopefully it'll be a bit faster. But like I say, for now, I'm Michael from Copy of Glass, just giving the opinion that do not get iOS 6 unless you've got a 4S or above. Like I say, I'll catch you in the next video. Feel free to leave any comments and things about any experiences you've had with the iOS 6 and just how good it is, how bad it is, basically. And like I say, I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.